Well, once again, here we go. It's turkey season and I'm off to try turkey hunting another new farm. Every year, I always say that I try to do something a little different. If it comes down to the wire, I'll go back to where I've turkey hunted over the years, but every year I really enjoy the challenge of finding birds on a new property. This year, it's an 80-acre parcel that I actually sold as a realtor to one of my clients. He's a big deer hunter, not a turkey hunter, so he said absolutely I could come do some turkey hunting on there. There's plenty of birds there. And anyways, that's what I was planning to do. And this year, I was with my, at the time, girlfriend, and we were gonna set up in this bottom CRP field that he'd planted. And it was a new planting, so it wasn't really tall yet, but it seemed like a great place for these birds to fly down off a roost and wander around with the hens. All right, well, it's May 5th and we're set up down here in this bottom field. I just got permission on this farm. I set the blind up here last night, and I'm hoping this morning these birds fly down here, work their way down to the field. They're up the hill a ways, back there I hear some gobbles, but I'm sure hoping they make their way down here, call one in and give us a crack this morning. Right out of the gate in the morning, birds were gobbling, but nothing flew down to the field that we were in. So Lakota and I just decided to be patient. I told her, hey, let's just hang out and we'll see what happens. And after a little bit, Lakota was like, I think I hear a tractor. I was like, no, that's a bird drumming. Well, funny to me, I didn't realize it, but Lakota's fairly new to turkey hunting and she's never heard a bird drum before. So we're sitting there and I keep hearing it and I'm like, that's definitely a bird drumming. I'm like, it's right behind us. She's like, no, there's a truck or a tractor up on the highway. And I just told her, I'm like, God trust me on this. And next thing I know, she peeks around the corner and this bird strutting at like 20 yards. And as we saw this bird right to the side of the blind, you know, Lakota actually had her bow too. So we both had our bows with us, and I wanted her to shoot one first because, I mean, me being the nice boyfriend at the time, that's what I'm trying to do, put her first. Well, anyways, he's come from the left and she was sitting to my left. So that was gonna make her hard to draw and shoot to the left in the blind. So I asked her if I could have the go ahead for me to shoot at this one if he stayed over there, and she obliged and said, yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Do you want me to try shooting? Keep an eye on him.
This bird literally just stood there forever, it seemed like. I mean, it was probably 20 minutes he was strutting right next to us in bow range.
Yeah. I cannot shoot him right there though.
Next thing I know, I look to my right, here comes a hen, the two hens. They come walking right past the blind. And I thought, you know, the stage is set perfect. I have hens to my right, tom to my left, strutting. I mean, this is it, bound to end really well.
Watch the hens, what our hens do, he's gonna do. I think he's gonna try pushing them to the right. Come on, buddy. Can you pull down the window slightly right there? Hurry. Right now, down. Okay, stop. He's just gonna sit back. I'm gonna shoot over your bow. Careful. He's looking this way.
Lakota, I think, was really enjoying the show, watching me do what I do. And this bird was finally going to the right. When I drew, I had to make sure she moved her knee, because you know how the limbs of the bow and stuff, and those blinds, it can be kind of tight quarters.
You see something? Oh. Yep. Okay. Okay, wait, I'm gonna draw. Watch me. Watch me.
But that bird finally worked his way off. And finally, I said, all right, here we go.
You good, babe? Come on. Watched him. Don't know if I got him or not, if he's done or not. I'm at that touch forward.
The shot definitely did not go how I anticipated. It was definitely a little bit more far forward than I'd hoped. And the bird took off running, and I knew I hit him, but I didn't realize at the time that I hit him a little too far forward in the breast, and he went out, and we actually saw him lay down in a CRP field. So, you know, I text some buddies trying to decide what to do, and you know, best thing I figured I could do is try to see if I could sneak up there with an arrow and get another shot at him. Otherwise, it was going to be sit all day and come back that evening and see if I can find him. So I tried sneaking out into that CRP field and, you know, trying to pinpoint something in a wide open field to get within 5 yards of it. I mean, it's hard. I'd walked up to him and I was getting closer and closer, and I still couldn't see where exactly he was. Next thing I know, he's taken off running, and he was not where I thought he was. But he ended up somehow getting the energy to fly just a touch and made it into the timber. And at that point, you know, I knew it was really thick in there, and I said, okay, I'm backing out till tomorrow, and I'll come back and hopefully he'll be dead.
All right, well, got the arrow. I went out there and tried getting him, and he jumped up not where I thought he was, but he was hurting super bad, so we're gonna back out. I think I'm gonna come back later in the day and come back and look for him, but there's blood everywhere here. I mean, feathers all over the place here that had blood on it, and chunks of meat. And I mean, when he took off running, he tried flying at one point to get across the creek. I was watching him with my binos, and I mean, there was blood everywhere. So he was hurting really bad trying to get out of the field. So I do think he's gonna be down here. Just have to spend some time looking this afternoon, but I mean, that's one of those times where it's either you try going after, put another shot in, or let him sit. It's just, from the ethical side of things, it's a hard decision to make, and I decided to try to put another arrow in him to make him, you know, stop suffering quicker. But you know, it's the way it works sometimes. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'll be back this afternoon, try to look for him. But fun morning, super fun morning. He was drumming right here, 30 yards in the blind, and like I said, there's blood all over this arrow. But I don't know. We'll have to come and see and come back this afternoon.
Dude, he's over here. He's over here. Yeah. Like we thought. Some brush. Look at that hole. Holy smokes. What has he got? Broken spur there. He's got a really good spur there. Man alive. Holy smokes. Good beard. That's definitely him, man. I don't know how that bird he even made it out of the stinking field. Unbelievable. I mean, he stood up twice out in the field while we were watching him there, and then he ended up, I mean, I tried sneaking up on him because I didn't want him to suffer, and it's kind of a gamble, and he took off, gave it time, backed out. I mean, most times deer I back out on, you know, but man, it sure paid off. Heck of a bird. Feels good. Yesterday was my birthday. This morning was honestly probably one of the first hunts that I've been able to hunt myself and had the bow in my hand. So feels great to finally have a bird on the ground for this season. It's fourth season in Iowa already, and I'm just starting to hunt. So I'm gonna probably get a shotgun tag now, and hopefully I can get another bird down. But awesome bird, awesome bird. I'm really looking forward to this next season. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more great memories made.